Another story happening this hour, a deadly outbreak of E. coli spreading in the South. Already 14 people in 6 states have gotten sick. 1 person has died, and we still don't know where the bacteria originated. Senior medical correspondent Elizabeth Cohen is here, and I was asking you a number of questions about this because as a parent, I'm even more concerned about this. What do we know at this point about where this possibly has come from?
Right. All we know is that it's a strain of E. coli called 0145, and this is a vicious strain of E. coli because it produces toxins. So you have the bacteria, and then it produces toxins. It can shut down your entire body, and we've already seen 1 death. Now, we're told that they suspect that this has come from 1 source, and that's because when they look at this under the microscope, the molecular fingerprint is identical when you look at person to person to person. And you can see right here, this is how they do this, is they collect specimens from all the people, and now they have to figure out what the source is.
All right, so we've got 1 infant that has died in New Orleans, right?
Right.
And then there are a number of people that have gotten sick, and you're explaining to me they're doing very intense interviews with these individuals to try and track down the source. Tell me how that works.
They sit down with the CDC investigators and state investigators will sit down with people and we'll get a list of everything that that person ate. They want to know everything, and they're particularly going to pay attention to meat products and to produce, because we've seen E. coli in beef, we've seen it in lettuce, for example, and they want to know what people ate and when they ate it. I mean, they've been seeing these cases since April 15th. This is not an entirely new thing. So they know that something was out there in the food system since April 15th, and that it seems like it's still out there because they're still hearing new cases. I mean, we were told earlier today 13 cases, now we're hearing 16 cases, so this appears to be growing.
So we pretty much, it didn't take place at a restaurant.
Right, and let me correct myself. I said 16 cases. I should have said 14.
Okay.
So we were hearing fewer cases, and now we're hearing more cases.
Okay.
So, right, it's probably not just, Joe's restaurant in one place that had one, sick waiter who got everybody sick. I mean, you're seeing this spread across 6 states, which is what we're being told now, 6 states. When you're seeing that, it makes you think that it's a food that has gotten into the food system. For example, perhaps it's a meat product, which is distributed widely. Perhaps it's spinach. Perhaps it's lettuce. We just don't know. But we know that it's in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, and then 2 more states. And no one's told us the names of those 2 states, but we're told there are 2 more states in addition to the 4 I just named.
Final question, how quickly will we know something?
When they sit down and talk to people, they actually can figure out relatively quickly what the commonality is between the connection. Right. Think of it as epidemiological detective work.
Right.
I mean, this is what they do. These epidemiological investigators do this for a living, and they get to it pretty quickly.
All right. Well, we'll definitely stay on the story. Keep us updated, okay?
Thanks.
Thank you, and we'll keep all of you updated as we get more information. Until then, you can stay safe by remembering to wash your hands, make sure that all food that you eat is fully cooked, and of course, there's a lot more information on the E. coli bacteria. All you have to do is visit ecoli.gov.
A dangerous discovery, a drum filled with a toxic chemical washing ashore on the Intercoastal.
19's Mike Marza live for us in Hollywood to bring us this story. Mike?
Guys, what a headache, but the good news here is that it is finally over. A1A back open, that barrel, that drum of chemicals, it's out of here. The bad stuff gone. Blame this 55-gallon drum that washed up on Hollywood Beach. Inside, some unknown chemical. The immediate area evacuated, traffic shut down. The solution began to bubble, nearly boiling into a fire. So hazmat officials neutralized the chemical in a solution. That means they made it safe to move. Hazmat units escorted it to a waste management facility in Davie late Monday. Guys in protective suits came back out to the scene to clean up the mess. The road is back open.
Developing right now, MacArthur High School in Hollywood is on lockdown after more than a dozen students and a teacher are infected with some sort of rash.
Any minute they're going to be transporting some kids to the hospital. Now what we understand is this all happened just a couple of hours ago at the school. Kids began itching, they had redness on their skin, and that's when they called 911. So at this point, the rest of the students, we understand many of the students have been taken into the gym in school. They're not allowing any other student to leave the school right now, not allowing any parents in. A number of parents are showing up because they got concerned when they saw the fire trucks and the police activity. Not much information is coming out of the school. Some parents are frustrated. We just talked to one parent. This is an unconfirmed report that perhaps it was some type of bug or mite that was biting the students, but again, that is unconfirmed.